Good morning, y'all. Welcome back for another Adobe Live. I hope that y'all are well, feeling good, feeling blessed and great on this beautiful Thursday. My name is Idara Ekpo, and I will be your host for today. And I am joined again with Alexus Roberts. Alexus, how are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I got my Starbucks today. Got my matcha tea. I'm good.
I need a little something. I got my water today. That's all I got with me.
Come on,
hydration. Welcome back, y'all. If y'all missed out yesterday, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you are in for a treat. And so go ahead and let us know where you are calling in from. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Again, I am here in sunny and hot as heck, Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, I wish I had that, girl. It's so back and forth with Georgia. I'm just like, I'm done. Can it be summer already, please? I'm tired of y'all playing games.
I'm finished. As y'all probably caught it, Alexus is calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm so really excited for today. Before we get started, I want to remind you guys to start your day off with the Photoshop Creative Challenges hosted by Paul Tranny every weekday at 9 a.m. Pacific. This week, all challenges will be typography related in partnership with a hashtag 36 days of type. So you want to make sure that you tune in, challenge yourself with a new prompt every single day. And then so go ahead and do that. And of course, as I said before, drop where you guys are from in the chat so that way we can connect and see how worldwide we are today. We got a lot of great things coming into play. I also want to make sure that if you are over in YouTube land, we know we love YouTube University, we love youtube.com, but make your way over to Behance so that way you can engage with us, chat with us, join the cookout today, because I know we had a cookout yesterday. I'm sure we're going to have one today.
Yes.
But before we go ahead and get started, Alexus, if you can go ahead and introduce yourself again for the people that missed it the first time.
You should have been here yesterday. No, I'm just kidding. No, yes. So as said, Alexus Roberts, owner, operator of Trail Vision Studio, where I help product-based brands with their creative visuals, helping them connect with their audience, get clarity, and just that confidence that they need to sell. And also on the side, I like to do a little graphic design, self-portraits and compositing. So I like to kind of like incorporate all of that into my work, no matter what I'm doing. But yeah, so photographer, graphic designer, and I'm going into art direction now. So kind of a new area, but I'm digging it, so so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
We love to see it. What made you kind of make your way into art direction?
You know what? I've always said that I wanted to be a creative director. And that's because I didn't see a lot of people that look like me do, with advertising and actually directing advertising and things of that nature. So, and I heard that when I was looking it up and doing my research, I was like, okay, so where are these people at? How do I find people who look like me doing this so I can have some type of example? And I found out a couple of years ago that it was like only like maybe a 3%. I don't know if that percentage has changed. That was back in like 2015. So I'm pretty sure it's changed. But like back then, it wasn't a large percentage of Black females who were creative directors. And so even though I'm not sure of the difference of creative and art direction, but I knew that I had big ideas and I wanted to execute them, and I knew how to. And I knew how to solve problems, with my big ideas. And sometimes they're a little too big even for me, so I'm like, I got to give this energy to somebody else, somebody else needs this idea. They need this mind of mine. So that's kind of what I went into. And I just started doing things for myself and creating things for myself, especially with my self-portraits. I'm able to really be myself and really show my creative side. And that's why it's fun for me. Like, this is really fun. This is kind of get me away from client work, which I usually do, which is product-based brands and doing product photography and things of that nature. But this is fun. Like, this is fun and it keeps me inspired. So yeah.
Oh, so Hank is out here getting this correct. He said,
oh, is he?
Creative directors are more of the what and the art directors are more of the how.
There you go.
Yeah. So there you go, Hank. Thank you very much.
So, I mean, in most ways, I'm creative and art director.
Exactly.
Especially from my own brand. I'm like, yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, I do the what and the how. Okay.
Yes.
When, what, how, where, all of it.
All of it.
Awesome. So, Alexus, before we go ahead, let's go ahead and kind of move into what we got today. I know we did a bit of our work yesterday, but we're going to kind of continue today. So what do you have planned for us?
All right. So, like I said yesterday, I am starting a series called In My Head. And this is inspired by my therapy sessions because I recently started therapy and I want to be an advocate for Black creatives to seek therapy, mostly because it's needed, especially on your artist journey. We get on these platforms having to share the most transparent sides of ourselves, a very vulnerable state when you share your art to the world and you kind of open yourself to like criticism, people judging you and things of that nature. And then also dealing with entrepreneurship, relationships, all of that comes into the play, right? When you're on your artist journey, you're not just an artist, you're also the business, you're the business person too. You're handling the business part of it. You're handling clients. You're also handling maybe relationships outside of business and all of these things. So, it's hard, especially managing expectations and it gets challenging. So, therapy has really helped me kind of like keep my hands on the wheel, like keep me in direct, so I'm going the right path and just keep my thoughts aligned. So I'm sharing what goes on in my head, and that's usually a jungle for me, trying to find my way outside of my head. Cause sometimes we can do that. Like we get inside of our heads and we kind of like lose our path a little bit, and so I wanted to share that through this series. So yeah.
That is so incredible just to be able to see how I feel like our art is really inspired by what we go through in our life experiences. And that's when you create art that's so inspirational and people are able to connect with because, people may have those similar experiences. This is incredible, Alexus. I'm excited. We did a lot yesterday as far as we busted your head open. We added you inside.
I did want to say, okay, so I wanted to go ahead and make a note that there was a little bit of something that I needed to correct. So you don't want to radicize any layers when it comes to working with shapes. I just wanted to make that clear. You want to make things smart objects when working in compositing. So I went ahead and how it was a little pixelated yesterday. We went ahead and kind of fixed that. You see what I'm saying? You see the smooth edges. You see me in these streets with the smooth edge. You see it real smooth. They real smooth. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, sometimes you do things, you just got to go back, correct yourself, and it's okay, But yeah, so we made these smart objects so that everything is clear while we're, editing and making sure that, if the lighting or something else is wrong, we can go back. Instead of messing with it as an image, you have it as an object.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm just going to be basically adding into the jungle. We're going to go ahead and start color grading. I did go ahead and add my book bag and my safari hat already, so that we know where we're going, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to add the rest of the jungle today and go ahead, color grade, and also do our, lighting work in it. So everything looks cohesive.
Okay. I'm excited, girl. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. Bet. We're going to go right into it then. Let me see. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and I have all my objects kind of placed in here already. And they've been, I did the work of cutting them out and finding out like or getting the edges refined and stuff like that. So we want to go ahead and add our actual jungle to the head part.
Okay.
The inside the head part. So let me see. We found that, and I'm just going to go ahead and add that in
there. Ooh.
Yeah. So
look at the
basically I wanted, right? Like there's like a little waterfall in there and stuff. This is from Adobe stock, you know.
So that plug in Adobe stock.
Little plug. Just a little tiny plug, you know what I'm saying? Gotta plug them every now and then.
You know, you got to. All
right. So like I said, clipping mask is my friend. And we're just gonna, and this is just for me to like make note of like how I want the jungle to look, and then also to, even if you don't see it, it's there, you know, just to kind of, for me to, you know, get some reference there. But yeah.
All right, the jungle's up in there now.
Yes. And we're also going to add maybe like a little shadow to the top part of here.
Okay.
Before we do that, let me go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. And we're going to use that gradient overlay right there.
Yes, that gradient overlay that we used yesterday.
And I think I'm going to go ahead and just do like a light green, try to find like a little light green, because we are in the jungle. Like, there's greens everywhere.
There's green everywhere.
There's green everywhere. So let's just go ahead and add that in. Yeah.
It's looking nice. That's looking nice.
Yeah. Just giving it some depth, you know?
I feel that.
I used to not be able to say that word. I don't know why. It was so hard for me. Depth. It's not, you're not, nobody's dying, Alexus. It's depth. It's depth. Okay.
Depth with a P.
Got it.
Make sure you get those sounds up in there.
Right. Depth. English, you know, English language is arbitrary. So, you know, it's just like, you make it up as you go.
That's it. I said this is how you say it.
Yes. This is how I say it. I don't know about nobody else.
But this is how I say it. If y'all were here yesterday, you know that Alexus and I were just cracking jokes the entire time.
I can't even spell. Look how I spell palm trees, Lord.
I didn't even notice. I was like, it's spelled correctly. And then I said, nope. Oh, nope. Caught it.
We don't need to spell things right in here.
Nope.
This is just for us to keep things in mind.
We barely could get ourselves to do the labeling.
Okay.
You want me to label and spell correctly? Nah, bro.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Nah. It's okay. We pick and choose our battles.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's me all the way. So these are all smart objects. So, you know, you want to make sure that they have their own. So if you do anything to them, like sizing down, sizing up, they're not going to get pixelated. And also they're going to just keep that form that you want. And you can always like, and you're also saving yourself, right? Like you're making sure that, you know, if you do anything to it, you can always go back and like change it up. So like, for instance, here, if I wanted to, let's see, if I wanted to like do this and then save it, I could, you know, that type of thing. So no, we're not saving that. But I want to do the layer mask on here.
Okay.
So we're just going to, and we're going to have something in front of it. So we don't have to worry too much. Let me see here. Go down.
Open that up a little bit. Make sure it's inside the head. Yep, there we go.
But it is so.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah. Then we're gonna have something else covering the front. So
right
now we'll just keep that right there. I think that looks pretty good. What you think?
I think that looks nice. It looks nice.
Yeah, I think we're gonna make some things shape.
Yeah, we got a lot of green going on here.
Yeah, we do. Look, we got a giraffe. We got a
monkey.
What's
your favorite animal?
Ooh, what is my favorite animal?
Like if you were to go to the zoo tomorrow,
Like what would I look at?
Yeah, what
I
we look
like
at.
butterflies for some reason. I'm a butterfly person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a butterfly person. I think because I don't know, just they're so beautiful. Like, like they just, but the only thing is that they die so quick. They only have such a top line, like their lifespan is so short. Like I'm just like, oh no, like
but they're so cute.
But they're so cute, like
not gonna lie, butterflies freak me out. Like they
really?
In theory, they look like, oh, that's so cute. But when I'm around them, I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Anything that flies, this is a lot. Anything that flies, nah.
You're like, it's too much for me.
It's not meant for me. That's a no.
They are a lot. Like I think because my mom one time took us to, well, it's not one time. I think we went a couple times to Butterfly World. And there's one in Florida. And it's like a whole park, and they dedicate this, I don't know if it's like a little center to like butterflies, like all different type of butterflies. And I was just fascinated as a kid, just to how all the colors and how beautiful they were, and just like their growth and how they become like this beautiful thing.
From a caterpillar to a butterfly.
I mean, but the lifespan, it just kills me.
You're just like, going back to this lifespan.
I'm like, why? Like, give them more time, God. They deserve more time.
I am finished.
Don't they like only last for about a week or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I do not know. All I know is that anything that be flying around, it's just like,
you're like, nah, it's a bug. So you're like, it's a bug. That's a bug. Girl, that's a bug.
But like
what would you
look at them? My favorite animal, like if I'm going to the zoo, I want to see the giraffe. Like giraffes and elephants.
They just stink.
I know they do. They really do. But they'd be so cute. Like I don't know.
I got a giraffe in here, so we good.
My favorite animal is definitely an elephant. Like there's just something about elephants that are so like, they just mind their business. But if you want to, go for it, they ready. Not give you buck. Like
yeah, they are. And I heard they say elephant like it's like very wise, like they're very wise creatures.
Exactly. And that's how I feel. I feel like I'm wise.
You feel like you really wise? I feel like you're wise too. I feel like you're wise. I feel like you.
I feel like I have a personal connection.
Okay, got you. Okay, your spirit animal. Got it. Okay, gotcha. See, I think that makes sense though for me then, because with butterflies, because they're just so beautiful, right? And they're just like, oh, I'm doing all these things. It's like my anxiety and stuff. Like I'm just gonna be here. They don't want to be here. They don't want to be here.
Just making your
and
way.
All over the place kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I just turn into another butterfly.
That's it. I'm
a caterpillar again.
Bliss said butterflies and dragonflies.
Dragonflies kind of creep me out though. I'm not gonna lie. They're too big. But yeah, I feel you though.
Isn't there a song called? No, there's not a song called Dragonflies.
It's a band called Dragonflies, I think.
Okay. I think maybe.
Don't quote me.
I'm thinking Fireflies.
Fireflies. Fireflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the jam. Please take me away from here. Yeah, that's it.
That's a jam right there. That's a jam.
What you know about that? What you know about that,
girl?
What you know about that? I love that song though.
I love that song so much. So Sam did let us know that most butterflies live for around 2 weeks.
Yeah, see, I told you it's about a week.
Sad. That's sad though.
It is sad, but you know what? Another one appears out of nowhere. So
You're right.
It literally just appeared. Like there's another one coming. That's what I feel like.
Hank said elephants for the win, but that they think that they'll go for a whale. Christy said monkeys. Bliss said fireflies are magical. They really are.
That's my mom. She loves monkeys.
Believe That planet
Earth turns slowly. You see, I was trying to like, I'm not good with lyrics. I'm not good with lyrics. Usually, like, CB, I be trying to sing songs and I'm just like, what? What did you think they just said?
Not at all. Not at all.
They said, I make up my own lyrics, okay?
Make it up. That's
I just make it up. I'm like, all right, let me just or hit one of those, you know?
That's it. Oh, so we're still adding some green to the jungle.
Yes. We're adding greens. We're adding our scene. We're getting our scene together. You know what I'm saying? We're just, you know, we're getting it together. We're going to set it up. We're going to set it up. Even though you can't see the bottom, it still serves its purpose. Okay.
That's true.
It still serves its purpose because we're not just in the dark, you know, we're in the jungle. So
exactly.
You know,
we're in the jungle.
We're in the jungle.
Bliss said that we definitely sound like aunties at the cookout for sure.
I'm glad we give it the vibes.
Yep.
We're consistent. Okay. We're consistent with our vibes.
We're consistent.
We're consistent with our vibes.
I like that.
Yeah. That's just what that means. I mean, I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, bet.
And then how long did you say it took you to source all the images for your jungle?
Ooh. I think I did a course of like 1 or 2 days. And that's just me like taking my time and like just looking for stuff. Like, and then I was like, what the hell does a jungle look like? And because I've never really been in a jungle. I've always been like in a forest. And so I had a wrong idea of like what an actual jungle may look like, you know, because I was thinking forest and I'm like, there's a little bit something more tropical about a jungle than there is like a forest, you know? And so I had to kind of like really look for things that resemble like this palm tree or these, you know, these leaves here. I forget what these are. I think they're ferns. But yeah, like things that really reminded me of like a tropical jungle because it's not a bad place, but it can get scary.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel that.
So that's the reason why I chose it, like as far as a jungle rather than like a forest or a park or, you know, anything like that. Like it's just a little different. You know, you see all these creatures that are a little different. And I'm not sure if giraffes are in the jungle, but they're in my jungle.
I'll see how I don't think they are. I don't know. I really don't.
I don't think they are. But you know,
I mean, they somewhere. Are they? Oh my gosh.
No, they're like in like.
They're not. They're not, right?
No. You know what I was about to say, didn't it? I know monkeys are, the parrots, snake. I know I had that, but the giraffe, I was like, I don't know, but I like this giraffe.
It's okay.
I would just go with this giraffe because
it's your jungle.
I know. That's why I was like, I can't let nobody else tell me how my jungle gonna be. Okay, this is my jungle.
It's my jungle.
This is my jungle. Okay, I don't know about your jungle, but this is my jungle.
Sam has a question for us. Do your designs usually take a set amount of time, or does it vary a lot? Does it vary a lot depending on the piece?
They take a lot of time. This is a rush version.
Oh.
Usually because like I have an idea in my head, right? And I'm like, okay, this is what I want. But sometimes like, you know, actually executing, you got to find different ways to actually execute it.
Got it.
And, you know, it'll take a bit of while. Like I could say probably, I don't know. It really depends. It could be anywhere from like 5 hours to, and this is over a course of days, not like this is separated.
Okay, yes,
right. Composites could take about 5 to almost 10 hours, but that's like within like a 1 or 2 day time span, 1 or 2, 3 day time span. And if I have time to work on it, you know, so giving it that time and like looking at it, because you got to look at it, step away, look at it, step away. You know, you got to go work on it, then you got to step away, come back. That's kind of how I've learned to work, because sometimes it may, what you think may work right then and there, you're in your head about it and you're like, you know what, let me step away, look at it with fresh eyes because I've been looking at it too long, and then come back.
Is there a composite that you can think of a piece that took the longest?
Ooh. Probably when I made that GIF. I made a GIF one, and oh my God, it took me forever to figure out how to get the clouds to come in and then like me shoot up and down like at the same time, and like doing it all in Photoshop and not After Effects, because I stay true to Photoshop, and I really do try to stay like, but some things may work better for you, but I'm a little stubborn.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would say that one took forever. That's probably took about a good 3 or 4 days. Like I was really stuck on that. It was the first time I had done it. I'll say that. That's why. First time really using like the timeline feature and figuring out like how to use it. And so with that, it just became like me just learning it while actually doing the actual GIF. So, like the composite wasn't that bad, but as far as figuring out what I wanted to do with the composite, sometimes like sourcing images and then putting it in together and it doesn't work. Like a lot of that goes into it too. It's like, you're like, okay, I like this, but I don't know if it works. Like, it's a lot of that goes back and forth. So I think that's why it takes me a little bit longer, because I don't source anything until I actually ready to start doing the piece,
Okay, I feel that.
So
I feel that.
And I'm doing the piece as I'm like, sourcing sometimes. You're like, okay, I think this is missing something. Like, what is it missing? Maybe if I add,
Yeah. Oh, those flowers are pretty.
Right? I was like, the jungle isn't like this just dirty or just always not dirty. I don't know why I said dirty. That was probably the wrong word. Wow.
Alexus,
okay,
girl.
not dirty. What does that mean? Like, it's not this just like leafy place. Like, I don't know what I meant.
Leafy.
Leafy. There's
like
some
green.
There's some color. There's some color. There you go. It's not.
I got what you're trying.
It's not dirty. It's never dirty. So it's not like just the leaves. I was like, I gotta add some color. There's some flowers in there, sometimes. And I thought about it too, like what this is meaning to me. Like, okay, like, me being in the jungle inside of my head, like it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes I'm just a little self-aware, like sometimes that self-awareness is a good thing, because that could be growth and that could be beautiful too. That could be a beautiful thing to realize who you are and like really accept who you are and figure out what works and what doesn't. And sometimes that looks like flowers.
I like that.
Sometimes that looks so every piece kind of like, I don't want to say every piece represents something, but like I made it represent something, but I also want people to take their own interpretation of it. And decipher for themselves what they think or what they get from it. Like I've had a couple people that I talked to before like when I showed them like, pieces of it or whatever, or like the beginning stages of me doing it, they were like, oh, this is what I get from it. This is what I get from it. And I'm like, okay, good. So people can get different things and it doesn't have to be necessarily what I, what I think, so.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was a good question, Sam. That really like prompted the rest of our discussion right now. If y'all have any other questions, be sure to drop them in the chat. Okay. Participation is key. All right. Yes. And if you are over on YouTube, make your way over to b.net/Adobe Live. I almost forgot for a second. So then that way
it's you that can coffee join. You missing.
Girl, my body is like just now starting to wake up. But come on over to Behance so that you can join the conversation with us today and ask any questions that you have with Alexus, because you don't want to miss out.
It's our last day.
It's our last day.
It's our last
It's not. It's.
I'm going to cry.
Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Because if you cry, I'm going to cry.
Don't cry.
I'm going to cry.
I'm going to cry. No, but for I made it a point. I was like, me and Nadir got to connect. Like,
absolutely.
And I'm planning a trip to Arizona soon. So.
Excuse me, that was kind of loud. So sorry, that was high pitched.
Don't say sorry. It's an initial reaction. I love it. No, like, yeah. So me and my partner are thinking about going to Arizona soon, and I don't know, we saw he's like, I think it was TikTok that really was like got us to be like, let's go to Arizona. Like, because it just looks like a really cool
beautiful
place.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and we like hiking and stuff too. Like, so that's something that we really love to do.
There's plenty of that here.
Yeah,
plenty.
So that's definitely on our list. We was like, oh, let's hike around the world kind of thing. And I'm like, we need to get in shape. We over here talking about we want to hike. We need to get in shape.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
But you know what? We make it work. Make it work.
But I'm gonna be here, so let me know when. And
yes,
I'll come hiking with you.
I'm gonna hit you.
Hit me up. Oh, we got some more questions coming through. Come on with the participation. Christy is asking, are there any other ideas outside of the jungle that you would like to do or thought of? Maybe for this series.
Outside of the jungle? Oh, like if I were to do another jungle piece?
Or I guess if you were going to do another in my head piece?
Okay. I do have some other ideas, which they didn't make it to the stream. But I did have some other ideas. Like there's one that I wanted to do where where me and my therapist have been working on, like me telling people that like what's going on with me, and like you know, actually taking up space, because I don't take up a lot of space when it comes to people, and I kind of like allow people to kind of just tell me what they're going through. And so when people ask you like, how are you, you're just quickly to tell them like, I'm fine, I'm good, kind of thing. And you may not be fine. Something is going on, you know? And it's important to kind of be honest with your feelings, especially with your friends and your family, because you're surrounded by them, or like you talk to them every day. So they're, you know, they're concerned about you. And when you tell them you're fine and you're not, and you hide things, it's almost like they don't know how to help, you know? And then you feel alone, all these things, you know? So it's a lot that I thought about as far as like doing with that piece. I thought about having like the words "I'm fine" kind of like coming out of my head really big, you know, because that was what I would say, like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good, girl. You know, I'm good. And I may not be, because I don't want to take up space, you know? And sometimes you have to, you know, sometimes you have to, and you have to allow your friends or family to, you know, be there for you. I think that's what it was.
No, absolutely. You have to trust that the people around you want that from you.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I love it. We had another question here from Hank saying, who are some creatives that inspire your work, visual or non-visual creatives?
Dang, I knew this question was gonna come up too. There's so many. Like, okay. I really like to follow illustrators. So sometimes because I do follow a lot of product photographers that are dope, but like Weekend Creative, they're awesome. It's another one called Visual Country or something like that.
Okay.
They are dope, and I believe they do mostly product. There's also another one called We Create. Really love them as far as the product photography route. And I really love, there's a girl named Creative by Lens or something like that. Her stuff, I just found her. She's really, really cool. Really like her stuff is dope. Adira, your stuff.
Thank you.
Okay. I was looking, even last night, I was like, I remember, because she did the self-portraits. I was like, yeah, I remember that series. I was like, yeah, like this girl is dope as so you definitely on my list.
That's why I was like, self-portraits. As soon as I hear self-portraits, my ears perk up, because
because I saw them, girl. I was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, yeah, I remember seeing these and being inspired by them. So
thanks. Oh man,
thanks. It's you, girl. It's you, girl. It's you. I would say, what else? Who else? Definitely, you know, I got a shout out to, you know, my boo. You know, he always inspired me. Hank Washington, you know, he's always inspiring me. I would say, Who else? There's a lot of illustrators too. So like there's a girl on there on Instagram named S Johnson. She's really dope. She does a lot of like black girl visuals. Really cool. So Lacey Jordan.
Oh yes, Lacey.
Love her.
Yeah.
Love her. I just got into like lettering because I own a t-shirt shop now.
Oh
yeah, Photoshop and chill.
Come on.
Adobe, don't come for me. But yeah, like, so I just got into lettering. So Alana, I think she's been on here a few times, I think. So I think she was just recently on here on Google Live. Yeah. So she's amazing. Love her work. So I like to follow other creatives that I don't necessarily like follow. And sometimes I forget to get their names. They just be so dope. And I just follow them for inspiration, you know, that sort of thing.
As you should.
There's way more. I just can't think of names right now.
It's kind of like on the spot where it's like, like, who's your favorite creative?
I have a lot of them. And there's a lot of them. I'm also always inspired by, you know, Black women, what they're doing in the field as well. Like anytime I'm on Black women photographers, I'm like, God, I need to step up my game. Okay.
I'm telling you.
I see you had a little spotlight in there though. I see you, girl. I was like, wait a minute, they're on here. Okay, girl.
Hey, it's me. Yeah, they just had Black women photographers just had their first summit. And that was it was a 3-day summit it was last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so I was invited to be a speaker on Sunday. And it's just really dope.
How was it?
It was so much fun. We laughed, we cried, we talked about everything.
So was this your first time like speaking like after pandemic or like in ever?
Yes, I would say, I think this is because I had done like a few like interviews I don't think this is my first time in the sense of a live summit. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say.
So how was that experience for you? I've never done that before.
It was honestly really comforting. I think that Polly, who is the creator behind Black Women Photographers, and she was hosting the conversation, she really did a great job of making me feel comfortable to share. And there's something about Black women in supporting that just like you know, like you come and you can, as long as you just show up, they'll take care of the rest and make sure you're comfortable, you know? So it was an incredible experience. It would have been dope to have done something like that live, but you know, pandemic, and you reach more people when it's virtual too.
Like, really that's nice. True. That's true. So it was all virtual?
It was all virtual, a free summit.
Wow. Okay.
So we had a lot of dope people there. Right before I spoke, we had Kimberly, I can't remember her last name, but I don't know if you've seen her work, but she is a photographer. Well, she's a model, but she takes all of these self-portraits, like really extravagant self-portraits. I cannot remember her name or her last name, but it's Kimberly. I'll find it for y'all. I'll find it. But she is really, really dope. And she's a photographer. She was a model that kind of fell into photography, and she does all of these really
Kimberly.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about. She does composites too.
Yes.
Yeah, she's dope. Okay, yeah, she's on the list.
Yeah,
she's on the list too.
She's on the list.
See, I've been forgetting people.
She is my
Kimberly is like beyond. I'm like, yo, this girl. And she's like set designing, like modeling, her wardrobe, like
makeup, hair.
I mean, everything. I'm like, girl, I hope these people paying you, okay? Because girl, you deserve it all. You deserve it
honestly.
She's amazing. I really love her.
I'm gonna drop her Instagram in the chat.
Yes. Talk about composite work too.
Y'all gotta see her work. It is.
She's really good.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
we got two more questions for you here. Christy asked, what would you say you would like to dabble in next, or shoot or create?
Like as far as like self-portraits?
It's whatever. Like I'll take it as you feel it, whether that's self-portraits, your next project, passion project, whatever.
My next project. I ain't, shoot, I don't even know what I'm eating tonight.
Stop.
Because I mean, projects have to come to me. They really do have to like come to me. It's one of those things like I gotta be inspired by life kind of thing.
I feel that.
And like whatever I'm going through, you know, or not even just going through, because I don't want to make it like I'm got issues, but like more of like it's got to be inspired by something. Like, you know, last year I was really inspired by the conversation of hair in the workplace. And it's crazy that we still have to have that conversation of like, you know, locks aren't appropriate or like natural hair has to be a certain way. And, you know, all these things. And it's like, my hair has nothing to do with, and I got so upset that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a piece about this. So you know, it has to come from a place of like something is going on or something I feel inspired by, because these are like things I do on the side and like as my own personal work and like as something I do to kind of just have fun with. Which I'm still gonna do that series. Like I'm still doing that series too. That series hasn't ended. I actually have a couple more pieces I want to do from that series as well. So like work kind of like makes more work out of it. So like I can probably take a bunch of pictures in one sitting, like these pictures here. I took a bunch of these. So I know I could do different things with it. And it just depends on what I'm inspired by, you know? So that's really where that comes in, you know? Yeah, I'll say that.
Next question for you. Hank is asking, you're stuck on an island and you can only listen to one Anita Baker song. Which one is on repeat?
Y'all know that's my girl, Rob. That's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. I gotta see her in Vegas. Actually, I really do. That is such a good question. He asked me that because he know me.
I was gonna say he know you because that was specific. He said Anita Baker.
It's because he know me. If I had to like, I was on an island, it was the only song I can listen to. I would say, I don't want to say Caught Up in a Rapture. I feel like that's too. I like Caught Up in a Rapture. Actually, Caught Up in a Rapture would be jamming.
That's a jam. That's a jam right there.
Also, Sweet Love. Ooh. Sweet Love actually might be it.
Okay, I feel that.
Because that was like my first introduction to Anita Baker, Sweet Love. And when I heard that and how it comes in, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is beautiful. This song is beautiful. And there's other songs that I love by her, but like that one, because it was my introduction to her, I think I would have to say keep that one, because anytime I listen to it, it never gets old. It never gets old to me, and I just really, really love that song. But Caught Up in a Rapture is definitely second, and Giving You the Best That I Got. I think that's the song. It's called Giving You the Best That I Got.
I feel that.
Yes, Giving You the Best That I Got is good.
Hank said it's triggered by the album that's in the background. I didn't even notice the album until now.
That's my girl. She sits there every day. Yeah, it's a real record too in there. Like this is old. Okay. So my grandfather, before he passed away, he had all these records, and he used to be a DJ, like the DJ with the records, like the old school DJs. So he had all these records, and his last wish was for me and my brother to share them and to like take them and, you know, have them and stuff. So I was like, where's the Anita Baker? Like, I gotta have that one. And I believe my brother has a few of them too. But yeah, I have tons of them. Like I have a bunch of records that like just sits in my living room, all with my grandfather's essence attached to it. So
that's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a reminder, like he's here with me, kind of thing. You know, R.I.P.
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 So he's a real one right there. We got some new people that hopped up in the chat. So let's go ahead and remind them of what we're doing, because I know we haven't talked too much about, it's just you're kind of repeating and adding things and smart objects, adjusting. So we kind of got the gist of everything. But for the new people in the chat, I'm seeing Sean, I'm seeing Colby, I'm seeing Norsh. So anyone that's new, fill them in on what we are doing.
Yes, so this piece is part of my series called In My Head, and we are basically creating a jungle inside of my head.
Yes.
And so we're adding the pieces, which is we got the parrot in there, we got the monkey. We don't know if giraffes are in the jungle, but we gonna make them in the jungle today. We were still trying to figure that out. If you got the answer, let us know.
We tried.
But yeah, that's basically what we're doing. I'm adding all of them as smart objects into the piece, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start color grading and just shadows, adding where shadows need to be. And yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just, we're finishing this thing on up, you know. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you for joining. I'm seeing Luis from Brazil. Ooh. Seeing Simon.
Brazil. Wow.
Brazil. I'm telling you,
I got a funny story about.
You got a funny story? What's the story?
I have a funny story. So I used to work at Busch Gardens in Florida. It's a theme park.
Okay.
And so I used to work a ride called Rhino Rally, and I was a driver in a safari. This is so funny that this makes sense. So I was I was a driver, and I had to like crack jokes, tell animal facts and stuff like that, right? And so, I'm not bilingual. I only know English, and I'm hoping to learn more languages, later on in life. But I got a bunch of people that were from Brazil, so they only spoke Portuguese, and I was like, how am I going to tell jokes? How am I going to tell jokes and give these facts? And these people don't know what I'm saying.
They don't know what you're saying.
So, because they didn't speak English, so I was like, okay, what do I need to do? I don't know how, but they were still cracking up. Like I would say only the 2 words that I knew, and I can't even remember the words, what they were. But like I said, oi, or something like that. I can't remember, but it was one word, and everybody was like, and they repeated it after me for the whole trip. I'm saying 2 words, and they were just with me. Like I was like, yo, I love Brazilian people.
Yeah, we love it.
They were with it. I was like, okay, this is cool. Y'all with it. I love it. I don't know if it was like a field trip, like a school. I think it was like a school field trip or something like that. I can't remember, but it was hilarious. Me trying to like take the 2 words that I knew that they gave me, and it was like, here you go. Over and over again. And they were just laughing at me because I kept saying the words over and over again. It was hilarious. That's my
that is so funny.
Feel on that that story about Brazilian.
Welcome from Brazil. I also Colby said that he is from Tampa.
Hey, so he knows Busch Gardens.
Yeah, Busch Gardens is 10 minutes from him.
Yep, I used to live 10 minutes from Busch Gardens as well. Yeah, that was the hustle back then.
Oh.
That was the hustle back then. I was a complete actress at that time too.
Wow. So you've really lived, girl. Like you've experienced.
I've done a lot of things, girl. A lot of things before I got here. But I'm glad I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm here. We're gonna add this waterfall in the back. I know there's one of those in the jungle. I know for sure. Yeah, I know that. Let me see if I can get it kind of in the back, but we want it to kind of like come from. Let me see. Yeah,
don't go chasing waterfalls.
Hey.
Listen to the
hey.
Lost the lyrics.
I was with you though. I was with you. I was like,
oh, that was so bad. I was confident, and then I was like, I don't remember the words. I don't
either. I'm with you though. I'm like, okay, don't.
waterfalls. Please stick to
the
rivers and the
the...
something you're used
Wait,
to.
it's got to be something with water. So
Right.
rivers,
lakes.
Is
it lakes?
It's lakes. It's lakes.
The
rivers and the lakes that you use.
Stick to the river and lakes you're used to.
But I think you're
moving too fast. Sam got us right. Sam said, stick to the river and lakes you're used to. That's some TLC.
There you go. There you go. Thanks, y'all. Thanks. I'm terrible over here.
Yeah, I'm a hummer. Like I'll.
Me too. Me too.
That's it.
Me too. I think that's enough. I feel like that's enough energy for you.
Yes.
I feel like that's enough for you to get the point.
I can vibe out still.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that.
I'm Gucci.
I feel like you should be good too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. That's enough effort for me.
Don't ask me to sing nothing else because that's
don't ask because that's all
that's all I got for you. So we adding that waterfall up in there. Yep. It's coming from the top of the head.
Yeah, coming from the top. Just adding in a little bit. Oops. Just add a little bit. I need to lower this.
Lower that a little bit.
Yeah.
Get that little piece right there.
Yeah, details matter.
Yep, exactly that.
And I might be able to.
Question: are you using your mouse? Or are you using like a tablet, or what do you got?
I'm using my mouse.
Whoo, girl, that's difficult. I use my mouse too. Don't get me wrong. Whenever I edit, but people never fail to let me know. Like, ooh, you don't want a tablet? I've tried with tablets.
It's kind of weird.
It's hard. I have what do they call them? A Wacom tablet. Mm-hmm. I just find it so weird to work with. The only thing that does work for me is sometimes I'll use my iPad, and I'll like use it as a second monitor, and I can use my Apple Pencil when editing. So I'll do that, but tablets are a little difficult.
Like the Wacom thing, it's something you got to get used to, because it doesn't, like, I don't know. I feel like because you're so used to that mouse, doing that work, like it's a new way of like doing things, like it's, I don't know.
Yep.
Hard to explain. It's like,
and then also like the thing about the tablets too is that at least when I'm using my mouse, I'm looking at my screen. With the tablet, because it's not a screen, it's like a little sensor, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. You have to figure out where to place your pen to match where you're editing on the screen, and I just my motor
hand-eye coordination. It's the hand-eye coordination. That's what it is.
Yeah, the hand-eye coordination I got is not there,
and you're just like, no, it's not gonna work for me.
Nah. It definitely is a learning curve for sure.
It is,
because you got to make sure you start to feel comfortable with it. And I, when I tried using the tablet, I felt very, very uncomfortable with it immediately, and I stopped. So I didn't leave much room for, improvement. But,
So I'm going to make things easier on myself.
Yes.
And I'm just going to inverse this. And where's my waterfall? There we go.
There we go.
That way we can get it a little bit more accurate. Gotta make things easier for yourself.
Exactly. We don't want to struggle here. We don't know struggle.
We don't go on struggle buses. Like,
no.
We don't ride our way there.
Nope. Not at all.
Okay. So
this is coming together.
Yeah. The only thing is everything just gotta match. That's really what it is. And we're gonna get there. Just be patient, all right? Just be patient. And we gotta add shadows kind of like everywhere. If we don't get to it, I'll definitely make sure to show the final piece. But for the most part, this is what we're looking at right now. All right, so I think I got all my objects where I want it to be. I think the only thing is like I saw something with, let me see. I saw something with this trunk here. It looks like it's on top of the book bag. So
okay.
I'm gonna find that book bag and make it the bottom of it. That's one thing. That's why I said naming these layers is gonna be very helpful.
Very, very much so,
Let's
because
see, my travel book bag is right here. So this is it's on top of it.
yeah, you gotta label everything, because
Yes.
if not,
yeah. Let me see if I could put this. That's on top. So okay. I see what we're doing. Okay, I see what happened. So I'm gonna go back.
Put that back. Yeah.
Yep. My book bag is not at its full capacity.
Oh.
There we go. See, you gotta find the issue.
Oh, see, there we go. That didn't take long for you to figure out at all.
Nope. Okay, so now we're gonna go through all these layers and literally just add that selective color. Like I said, I like to make things really easy and simple for myself, but I know to get there, I had to like go through some experimenting as far as like the coloring and stuff. So I did that previously to kind of like know what I want the colors to be.
Okay.
Or what I want everything to be colored as. So now, because I have it as a preset, this makes things a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and find the selective color. That here. And I'm going to go like this.
And if y'all weren't here yesterday, this is what blew my mind. I did not know that you can make presets in selective color.
Yes.
Nah, man, that hit a little different. That just slapped me in the face yesterday.
I'm glad I was able to teach you something, girl. That made me feel good.
My mouth literally had dropped.
I'm like, I taught a deer or something?
My mouth went, huh? Like,
yeah, your jaw did drop. I was like, oh, okay.
Listen, like, I started on the live and I was like, whoa. My mouth was hanging for a little too long. But
like, this is
it blew my mind. It blew my mind.
Listen. That's why I said you definitely have to be, and it's a new thing for me too, so it's just me like figuring out stuff and like letting go of what I'm used to.
Yep.
And, being okay with learning something new. So now we're going to go into all these trees. We're going to go ahead and if anyone knows a quicker way to do this, I would gladly take it. But this is me like basically manually putting in all the colors that I want. I don't usually like to merge down anything because if I wanted to like mess with things, like it doesn't give me that option.
That's true.
So I like to just keep things like, okay, I can go back, lighten it up,
You are doing such a great job with your labeling, girl.
Thank you.
Job well done.
Okay.
I think the biggest lesson that a lot of us can take away is make sure you are labeling as you go. Okay.
Yes.
As you go, because it makes everything so much easier. She's able to quickly figure out which objects she wants to move around, or even with adding in this color, it's a lot quicker.
It really is. And then I'm also labeling it, I'm also putting it in groups.
Yep.
So that if I need to go back, I'm like, okay, that's flower 1, that's flower 2, that type of thing. So yeah, once you see all of it come together, then you're like, oh, okay, I see why she did that.
Yep.
Because these are a lot of layers. And sometimes these layers get crazy. like
how many layers do you have? You know what? It's okay. I don't think I want to know.
I'm sure somebody's counting.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm not counting, but I know somebody's counting. If you find out, let me know. That'll be a treasure hunt. There you go. You can figure out how many layers I got going on.
Oh, Christy has a question. Norse said that this movie poster, this could be a movie poster for Jumanji 3.0.
Holla at me. Isn't that Disney?
Honestly, is it Disney?
Ain't that Disney?
That's Disney, right? Yeah.
Holla at me, Disney. Holla at me. I could do some things.
It's so crazy when we first started and we saw you with the hat and the backpack, my mind went straight to Jumanji.
That's actually something I watched as a kid. So yeah, that makes sense.
Right there.
I mean, it inspired me. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Christy asked, have you ever thought about holding a beginner's class on how to do this? Do you host any classes or do any kind of like educating?
No, I actually don't. I thought about it actually this year, but I definitely want to make sure I have the time and space to do so.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be where like I don't have the time and space to like be someone's like coach or teacher, I just wanted to make sure I gave people like that, like all of me. If I did not all of me, but at least I can give that time and space to it. If someone's like, oh, how do you do, such and such? And, because they hit you up with questions and stuff too.
Yeah.
Aren't you starting Skillshare?
Because it's not about me, it's about you.
I know, but I'm saying I want to know your experience though. Like I want to know, like
that's true. So
because I'm still trying to figure out if I really want to do it.
It is. This isn't my first time creating a course. I've done like one in-person workshop, and I've done maybe one or two other online courses, but this is my first time on a platform such as big as Skillshare.
Okay.
And my course will probably be ready sometime in April, and it's been a process, especially because I had to shoot everything. And
did you have help?
No, I didn't have help.
So you did everything yourself?
I did everything myself. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So
it's gadget.
I don't have a team here. It's me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. Okay. That's what I found out. Got some Beyonce there for y'all, but
that's my girl, so I'll do it. Listen, that's my girl.
Literally having to shoot everything by myself. They did give me an option for an editing team, but I wanted to get comfortable with video editing and stuff like that. And so it's been an experience thus far, but I really do enjoy trying to share my expertise with other people. It's not, but it's definitely something that took me a while to get comfortable with, because sometimes I'm like, do I even know what I'm talking about? You want me to teach you? Like, I know how it works in my head, but I don't know
how do I share this with other people? Yeah. This is probably as far as I've gotten with like course sharing, how I do things. Like this is as far as I've gotten.
I feel that.
So like it's an experience. It's kind of like preparing me a little bit. I'm like, okay, would I feel okay doing this, like ongoing? And I would, but in a style that allows me to still be myself, but also I know it comes with the responsibility, so that's another thing that I probably want to make sure I'm ready for, is that responsibility of having students. I did have an intern at one point. And she was great, but it didn't last very long. I think because I think for me, I want to take the blame because I didn't give her the amount of time that I probably should have, and I was literally still building. I'm still building my business. And this is literally my second year working for myself. So, trying to figure out what I need from someone else, while I'm still building things, was a little bit of a challenge for me. So then I'm like, okay, well then am I ready to be someone's teacher, in that case? Because that's what this comes with when you teach people. But there's also like, you can create courses and people just buy the course and, ask you questions if needed. But which that's what I thought about going first, is like, is to do where people just buy courses and, everything's in the course and I don't have to touch it. Like I thought about doing those things too. And I think I would start that way first before I do like actual, like, I don't know, teaching, because a lot of my stuff is like all over the place sometimes. And I'm like, how do I teach this? Because sometimes I'm all over the place.
I think that's why I like the Skillshare platform, because I can control everything from the jump. And so I'm able to make sure that it makes sense. and try to put in the best format as possible. And then when I post it, it's just going to be people are interacting with it, you know, and they have questions, I can answer it, but it's not. Whereas when I've done like in-person workshops or something that's more live and engaging with me right there, you have to, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking in that sense.
That's what I was afraid of. But I feel like the class, like, I guess you create your own community in that sense, right?
Yes, you definitely do. You definitely do.
Okay. It's something I'm looking for. I will look into, definitely.
Well, I'm ready to give you my coins when you start it.
I'm about to take your class. I just signed up for Skillshare. So
don't worry, you're gonna know when it's ready. You'll know when it's ready. I'm excited.
I will take a class. I'm about to, you know, pay that little $100 and some, you know. I'm about to just take that leap. Only because I want to learn more like After Effects too. Like I want to learn other things. Like I want to get other skills underneath my belt, you know? Like I definitely want to, like, you know, take other people's classes and just learn from other creatives. Cause like I said, you got to be open to new things, open to learning new skills and new ways of doing things, you know? So absolutely. All right. So now we're going to go in and start shading things. Ooh. So the light, we're going to take at least a tip of the light. So the light is coming from like the left side, sort of, you know, so we have all of this. So a lot of this will probably be dark. A lot of like the corners. So just getting all the corners and everything shaded, just so that everything looks cohesive.
Got it. And so what did you do? You have
right now I'm just what I did was take the brightness layer, what is it called?
Brightness and contrast, I think.
Layer mask. And I'm literally I just use like a darker thing, darker brightness to it, and then so I adjusted the actual stuff here, and then you see what I mean? Like I adjusted the stuff here. So I adjusted the brightness here, and then what I did was just invert it so that I can go back and like put it in the way I want to. So it's on a layer mask. I made it all black because, you know, that takes away, and then white reveals. So I'm just going in and like getting into where I think it should be a little bit more darker in some areas than others. And then, I mean, I could always go back and like tweak the darkness too. So I can go like in there and really go in there, which I probably should just like go down. And some of them I may do like a dodge burn kind of thing where I just do like black and white. So I may do that too. With some of the pieces, like some of them need a little bit more darkness. So a little bit more, or I should say shadow. That's not darkness, shadow. It's a little bit more shadow.
The way that you cropped all these images out is so clean. I'm like,
listen, it took it. Listen, I was like, I'm not doing this again.
I'm looking at that monkey and the giraffe. I'm like, whoa, wow.
You should have seen it before. It was like all white. It's in an all white like space, but like trying to get that white out. Ooh, that is. I was like, okay, let me shorten this time. So a lot of it is color range. Like color range is my best friend. I love color range. I will use color range all day. And then I will select a mask from there. Like those are the two things I use to like kind of select things. I know there's other ways to do too, but like, you know, there's so many ways to do it, but that way works for me. Especially when I'm working with like a color a lot. So yeah.
I feel that.
I'm just gonna kind of like see, and I can also fill it out to see like where I want things to be, like with the monkey. So I'm gonna go ahead and Command I, and then I'm just gonna go back, and then I hit X to kind of switch the. So I know some of my keys now.
I was gonna say, you know your keys.
I know a little bit. I know a little bit of my keys. Command I is really good, and then X helps a lot to kind of switch back and forth, so you don't have to click over here.
I did not know that about X, so I learned something.
Really? Yeah, X does it. X, you just click it. See how foreground, background. Yeah. Yeah.
We're shading in that monkey.
Yes.
Let's see. Sean has a question. Will Alexus blur the animals to match the depth of field of her head?
Blur the animals.
Blur the animals. Ooh, Sean, you might be ahead of. Go ahead and explain that for us. Unless
because we only or we're working with a certain amount of time, I'm kind of doing things that just make sense right now. Going a little bit too much in depth probably would be too much time for me to like look in and do everything. I probably will not blur. I won't blur. Not with this piece.
Save yourself.
I get what they're saying, but
got it.
Yeah, just because of the sake of time. Because I'm really particular, so I don't usually do that. That's actually something I can.
That's a smart. Yeah, that's a nice little suggestion.
But I get where you're saying. Let's see. Yeah, we want to add a little bit to the here because the monkey is a little bit, still has some of that white on him, but there is some light still kind of coming over here, so we'll keep it a little bit.
This is coming together.
Now, so I have to add a shadow to the rocks. Let me see. And then let me just lighten it up over here since we have the waterfall. So we can just see the monkey's face a little bit.
That's that attention to detail.
Yeah.
Make sure you're following where the lighting is hitting, you know.
Yep. I'm just gonna... And then I also need to get the feet. So there's some things I may miss, but you know, for the sake of the live, we'll get enough in.
Yes.
We'll get enough in.
Yes. And y'all, in about maybe 20-ish minutes or so, we are going to be doing our artist spotlight. As always, you guys can suggest any artist that you might be loving, yourself, whoever you want to suggest. If you head over to right above the chat, you'll see an artist spotlight button, and that's where you can go ahead and recommend someone for our next artist spotlight.
Dope.
Excited to see who we got today.
Yeah, the girl we have today, she's amazing. Love her work. And she's kind of sort of like me, where she kind of does everything, which I relate to a lot. So
Hank has a question here for us. Y'all coming through with the questions. Go ahead. Come on, participation.
Okay.
Hank has a question that says, what are some tips you would share for someone who's thinking about adding photo compositing to their skill set?
Practice.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice. That's probably the best I could say is like, you're going to make some crappy things at first, probably. If you're not as, if you're not that great, but if you're good at first time try, go ahead. Do your thing. But practice is going to probably be the best thing because the best thing I could say. Because like you have to do a lot of crap work to get to like the good stuff, and to also understand how things work, like I like to watch we're talking about like artists who are inspired by Life of Avax. I don't know if you know who she is, but she takes pictures of her family and photo composites her like children into like different scenes and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this is a dream.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
But like her compositing work is just insane. And I was like, I imagine how many hours it takes her. And I could tell she's definitely the one to do it every day. Like she just, you could tell she does it every day. And it's something that she practices, to get better at. So I would definitely say with anything though, like just take practice. Your time to really practice. And it's okay if it's, not the best at first, it's okay. It doesn't have to be the best at first, I would say just, give yourself like time and, patience, like just give yourself time to get good.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing is you have to, it's all a journey, you know what I mean? Like you have to allow yourself to start from somewhere.
Yes.
And
definitely.
Just kind of, it's all starts with starting at the end of the day. And when you're able to start and you keep working at it and keep working at it, you're bound to improve. You're bound to, you'll start to train your eye to see different things. And then your mind and the things that creatively you'll start to expand and grow as well. So you have to just start. I feel that for sure.
Yeah, you definitely just have to go at it and expect for it to not be the best at first, like you may not be that great at first, and that's okay. That's okay. And I had to learn that the hard way too. Like I was like, I'm terrible at this, I can't get it, and and you start to realize like I have to grow, like I have to like I have to learn, like there's certain things I'm still learning. Like I don't think I know everything, I know enough, but like I know I can always leave room to learn more.
I feel that.
I can always leave room to learn more, and I'm okay with that. And you got to be okay with that, especially being an artist. Like you just got to be okay with showing yourself some grace. That's one thing I've learned to do, especially with therapy, is to give myself. I didn't realize I wasn't giving myself enough grace. Like I was like, I should be here by tomorrow. Like I should be, I should be at this point in my life. I should be doing this. I should be at this, skill level or whatever. But that doesn't, like it everybody's journey is different, and you have to realize, you have to kind of look back at things that you've already done and be proud of what you've already done, and then know that this is your journey and that you're gonna grow at your own pace and time, and that you're still learning. So like give yourself some grace. Like, and I said that this year, it's funny because this year is actually, I call it my year of grace, because I didn't show myself a lot of grace for a long time. Like I should be here by 30 something, and I should be like I should be doing this at 20 something, and I'm like, that's for that person though, that's not my journey. And who says that what I didn't do already isn't good enough already? Like
you are
who says?
Well, you just,
but girl, I wouldn't been able to say this, before. I would have never been able to say this kind of stuff, only because of the fact that I, took myself to go get help to figure out like why I was feeling this way. That really, it helped me to kind of be like, okay, like I know that I could use some help, in this department. As far as figuring out how do I show myself grace and how do I look at things differently. So yeah. Therapy, girl.
Oh, I feel that. Like giving yourself grace is a huge part of your journey as a creative, especially because things aren't as like guaranteed or, set in stone. Like there's no really like roadmap to success as a creative. You just got to figure it all out.
No, it isn't.
And so for me personally, coming from, because, I went to school, I did grad school, and I work in healthcare and everything. And I remember struggling as a creative in the beginning, because I'm so used to, you do this, it gets you this result. You do this result. Once you have this result, then you can do X, Y, and Z to get to this place. And then bam, 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 you're successful. You should be here by this age, this timeline. You can create a whole timeline in your head.
Whereas also that's the pressure from parents too.
Yes, absolutely.
From people in your life.
Absolutely.
So
your experiences and trauma around that as well. And so now you take that experience and you try to apply it to your creative journey and thinking, I should, like you said, I should be here by now. I'm not as good as I should be, or there's other people more talented than me. And you end up focusing so much on that, it ends up draining you.
Sure does. Sure does. And it has nothing to do, like your journey has nothing to do with anybody else's.
Nope.
Like, and you got to be okay with where you are, and that you can be somewhere different next year, 2 months from now, 3 months, you never know. A week.
You don't know.
Exactly. You really don't know. And you just gotta, I say I'm learning patience. I'm learning what patience really is and how to actually have better patience for myself and just for my journey overall, because it can get very like, I don't know, it could get a little like, I don't want to say frustrating. Yeah. Like, can get frustrating because you're like, I want to be here. I want to do this right now. I want to, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, why is it not happening for me? Like, you keep, you say these things to yourself and then forget that, like, you are like, this person, wherever they are, like, is nowhere near where you are, or whatever life experiences they've had, is completely different from yours. Like, look at how, different your life is compared to theirs. Like, and you shouldn't be comparing, right? Like, you shouldn't be comparing that kind of stuff, because it's not about that. I think it's just more of just appreciating where you are and the journey that you are, and that you are going to get there at your own time.
Wow. It's the preaching for me. Y'all got some gems out of both days of Adobe Live. We've got gems both ways. Sean had 2 questions in here. So the first one was, whether or not you thought about using a black and white adjustment layer to match light values.
Black and white? Is he talking about, okay, he said using the black and white layer?
Yes, adjustment layer to match light volumes, or light value, excuse me. Maybe black and white instead of the brightness and contrast.
Oh, okay. If that's what I'm actually doing that now. Okay. As far as like using black and white, I am using the black right now, because sometimes the brightness doesn't do everything I want it to do. So like, it doesn't get, so I'm using black right now, and then I'll adjust like how much of it shows or affects like the picture. If that's what he's saying, then I'm actually doing it.
Got it. And then
it just depends.
One more question from Sean. He said, sorry if you showed before, but does Alexus have a light source marked out?
Oh yeah, we talked about it in the beginning. So as far as like where light's coming from, it would be from how direction of where this face right here. So my actual head here. So like I'll take I'm taking direction basically from the corner to the left and all the way down. And then also keeping in mind of like the head is on top like of all of this. So the only thing that's really like peeking out is like maybe the snake, the giraffe, and my hand here, and a little bit of my face.
Got it.
So everything else is going to be a little bit more darker, and then some of the leaves as well. Like that needs to be a little bit dark, but that's where the point of direction of light is.
Got it.
Usually I would sketch it out and be like, it'll be like coming from here, so I can remind myself. But I'm pretty.
Now, was that intentional when you were shooting the self-portrait, that that's how you envisioned it coming together in the end? Is that it would go from light to dark, or was that just how it came out once you realized you shot your self-portrait, that was the lighting setup?
Honestly, how I did the portrait, lighting is more of like for this particularly was kind of like, let me see what works. I didn't really plan a lot of the lighting because it was like I could manipulate this however I want. So yeah, lighting wasn't a big like thing to plan here. So no, it wasn't planned at all. It was just more of like, I just want to do this.
Got it. I feel that.
Yeah, okay, this works. I'll go with this. Kind of that type of thing. So yeah.
Got it.
I hope that answered the question.
Yes, Sean, I hope that answered your questions.
Come through,
Bliss, yes, come on with the technical questions. I love it. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. And that's also the paying attention to detail, and also the different ways that you can do things. I think when he was talking about the black and white, he was talking about, it said, nope, it's a check layer turned off when done. I wonder if he's talking about, because you use the brightness contrast adjustment layer to do your shadowing and highlighting.
Yeah, but I'm also doing where I'm brushing in like
the black and white,
with the black and white, like with the brush. So
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. So I don't know which one he's talking about. If you want to let us know,
let us know. let us
teach
know.
us something, because I sure enough didn't know anything about that, like check off or anything. I don't know what that is.
Let's see. Oh, and then going back to the conversation about patience, Bliss said, I'm learning way more patience and grace for myself. I'm better than I used to be, not where I want to be though. It's a journey.
It is definitely a journey. And like I said, like patience is like that's actually a skill. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a skill. It's something you just gotta learn.
Yep.
So we'll, little by little, you get there.
We'll get there with time. So we're making a lot of progress here, y'all. In about less than 5 minutes, y'all, we'll be going into our artist spotlight for the day. As always, if you want to recommend somebody for the spotlight, please go ahead and click the button. It's literally listed as artist spotlight above the chat box, so you guys can do that. And then in addition to that, if you are over on YouTube and want to join us for about the last 30-ish minutes that we have of this live, head over to Behance so you can ask any last minute question that you have for Alexus. She's been great to give us her time for 2 days now. So if you have any questions you want to ask her, make sure you come on over so you can do so. Beautiful. Ooh, Viola said imposter syndrome is a liar. Ooh, it's a liar.
Okay.
It's a liar.
Okay. That will get to you too.
It is a liar, because I struggle with imposter syndrome and I still, I feel like it still comes up, every now and then it'll pop up and show itself. Mm-hmm. But
times you don't need it.
Yes. Yep. But it definitely is a liar for sure.
You definitely want to be careful with thinking that way, because at the end of the day, like, you belong there.
That's it.
You belong there. You belong there, and no one can tell you different.
Nope.
No one's gonna tell you different, or they shouldn't tell you different. And if they do, forget them.
Forget them. You don't need them anyway. Come on.
Right. Like, you just remember that, like, if you weren't supposed to be there, you wouldn't be.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be.
Exactly.
You belong there.
And
I always remind myself of that too. Like, you belong there.
You belong there, and be confident in your skill set.
Confidence sells, okay?
Listen. Just be confident in you. At the end of the day, you have to believe in what it is that you're capable of doing. Mm-hmm. Other people might not believe right away. That's on them. But those that understand will understand.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's not for everybody. It's for you and whoever else wants to come on for the ride.
Come on.
This snake is looking, I have a huge fear of snakes. So the fact that we got the snake all up in my screen right now.
You're like, what is going on? Well, we got this snake up here, girl. Get it off. I'm just gonna follow it a little bit so we can see it's hitting the nose. I might want to up it.
Oh, snakes. And the detail of the snake is really interesting. Like all the skin and everything. Oh, girl, snakes.
And just going in there.
Creating that shadow there.
Yeah. Just because we want to make it seem like it's actually on the head coming out. So, and not too much, just enough. You won't worry too much about, like, there's some details in here I see that I could clean up, but we won't worry too much about that right now, because when you pull out, you're not gonna be able to see that. Yeah. I'm just gonna erase a little bit. Usually I would use like a layer mask with these when I'm done, but because I'm not like done with the shadows, I use the eraser to kind of just get me to
even the eye of the snake. Ooh, I get I got chills.
No.
I got chills. Oh. Oh.
Like, get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Get me out of here. This is not where I need to be.
No. Not at all. Not at all.
I'm going to add a little bit more darkness here because it's a little dark over here.
Yeah. It's coming together.
Mm-hmm.
So once we finish up with the snake, y'all, we'll head into our artist spotlight to highlight who we got for the day.
Okay. Let me just... I think we can be good on the snake for now. I think we could be good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is a good pausing point.
Yep.
Viola said... Viola said, yeah, you're making my face, my fears with the snake. I feel that. And then Christy, I see your question. We'll get to it right after the artist spotlight. Alexus, if you don't mind, who do we have today?
We have my girl, Tatiana. She is an amazing brand photographer and videographer. So that's it. When I was saying that she does a lot of things like, and she also, so she does brand, product, all of that. Like her product photography is amazing. Even her videos, super clean. I mean,
oh wow,
yeah, she does some really great work. So I when I found her, I was like, yo, this girl is amazing. Like she's giving us a little behind the scenes, you know, but her stuff is always very clean, very talented. But yeah.
Oh wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love seeing the process of people's work.
Same here. Even her portraits are just really great.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think I saw Tatiana in the chat at one point.
Was she there? Hey girl.
I think so. Tatiana, hey, I feel like I saw you. If you still here, hey. If not, you have beautiful work, girl. You have beautiful
This
work.
Is very beautiful.
Oh, that's stunning. Oh
yeah.
There's something about maternity photos that's just so
she's got a good eye. Her eye is really I admire her eye a lot. You can kind of see how they, you know, people think the way that they take pictures, you know. Yeah. So yeah, she's amazing. Definitely go ahead and give her a follow. It's True Creates. And she's in Toronto.
She's in Toronto? Oh, she's here in the chat. She said, hey everyone. Hey Tatiana.
Hey. Y'all follow my girl Tatiana.
Yes, okay. Give her a follow. I definitely love the mixture between her sharing her work and educating as well.
Yes, the poses and stuff. Oh yeah, she'll teach you how to pose now.
I feel like a lot of our clients need that, right? They need a photographer that I think as a photographer, it's really important for us to not just show up and just take the photos and leave. We really have to coach our clients through the session, making sure they feel comfortable, they look natural. So a lot of that is with that posing as well. And you can just see there's nice variety in her posing photos. So I think that's beautiful too.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And like I said, it's all about your eye too. You know, how you composition your composition of things and how you put things into scene. Really, really good. Yeah. Like
you can tell that every one of these shots, like her clients seem at ease.
Right, exactly.
Ooh,
and you know, photography is way more than just the click of a button.
Yes.
You know, and that she definitely shows that in her work.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all go ahead and give
Tatiana a follow. This is beautiful work, Tatiana. Thank you so much for sharing with us. If y'all want to share somebody else for an artist spotlight, you will see that there is that button there. So feel free to share any recommendations that you have for creatives that we can highlight for our next artist spotlight. So please do that. Congratulations again to Tatiana for the dope work that you got. So make sure y'all go ahead and give her a follow. Sam, thank you for dropping her Instagram in the chat as well.
Yes.
Beautiful. So now we are back. I hope we're done with the snake.
The snake. We could be done. We could be done.
Can we be done?
We could be done.
I'm sorry, girl.
It's okay.
Should I close my eyes?
I understand. No, I understand. We're gonna be good. Well, you know what? Let me move it over a little bit. There you go. There you go. How about that? Does that work?
Good. That works. That works. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah. So this is just me adding like the darkness to things, and some of them don't need like a whole lot of shadows. I said darkness. I keep saying darkness. Shadows, they don't need a whole lot of like light, so I'm just kind of adding to the ones that do need it. So like out here, like a little bit inside, but
yeah,
for the most part they need to be a little bit darker.
Yeah, this is coming together nicely.
Yes.
How has it been recreating? So, because you already had this piece done originally.
Yes,
so
I did.
How's the process been recreating it on live?
It is it's challenging because there's some things that you forget because you're trying to like hurry, you know, like, so the timing is it is very challenging, I would say, timing wise, because like I said, I'm used to spending like hours setting up, going, come back, you know, but I will say that I'm learning to make decisions quicker.
Yes. Okay.
That. So making decisions quicker and not being worried about it being perfect, but just being done.
I feel that's really good advice.
Because sometimes that's one thing.
Yeah, sometimes we work on things a little bit too long and stare at our images. And sometimes you got to just make decisions and call it a day.
You really do. Like, you just got to be like, all right, this works. I'm going to just go with this, you know? So, yeah, you got to just kind of like, and also remembering what I did. I'm like, what did I do? What did I do here? You know? So it's a lot of like that, and just making sure I'm doing my due diligence to the piece. And like I said, if I'm not able to really get what I want from this particular piece, I'll make sure to go ahead and share the one I have finished that we could just be, you know, feel completed, have some closure. We'll have some closure.
Have you at all thought about doing, or maybe you already have, are you doing any prints of your composites?
I have not, because most of them are like of me.
Got it.
So I'm like, do people want me on their walls? I don't know. I've been asked that. The last time I was on here, they asked me that, and I was like, do people want me on their walls? I don't know.
You want my face on your wall?
Do you want that? I mean, I will make it available. I have a shop. So now I just recently created a shop for my t-shirt line. Ooh, so plug that in. Yeah, trailvisionstudio.com/shop.
Yes, let's go ahead and add that link in the chat.
Yes, please. Yeah, check me out. You know, support a creative trying to, you know, make it in these streets.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's something I'm thinking about, but I know I definitely want to do the NFT series. Like I know I definitely want to do that. That's something I'm looking forward to doing and learning a little bit more about. My partner, you know, Hank, he's actually has a NFT series called Fuzzies, and I've learned a lot, and I'm actually the FOMO director, just helping him find ways to make, you know, fuzzies more interesting and just people to be inspired to want to be involved. And I've been learning a lot. Like, I've been learning so much about NFTs, cryptocurrencies, and all of that. And so I know that that's the next thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
Is going into that. So maybe that's my form of selling prints.
I feel that.
Yeah. I feel more comfortable doing that than somebody having my face
placed on their wall.
Like, oh, there I go. Oh. Like, I'm okay with me being on my wall, but like with somebody else, I'm like, hey, so that's me. All right.
That's Alexus you got on your wall. Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
Yep. Yeah, there's definitely something about it. You know, with my self-portraits, I've had people ask, oh, do you want to sell prints? And I've gone back and forth with it just because of that idea of like, do you really want my face on your wall?
It's hard to like really think of. Like, I'm like, I mean, anybody else, like another model, you're like, oh yeah. But even that, there's like that model is faces on their wall,
exactly.
Like I'd rather make like a more abstract piece to maybe sell as a print, like I'd rather make like a more abstract kind of thing. But then I think I feel more comfortable with NFTs because it's all digital. So like, and also there's like things that you could put with it. Like what I've been thinking with this series was to make this an NFT project, right? But also to do some way that I can either support some sort of therapy sessions, whether it's my own or, someone else's, or gift it to someone else. So I definitely wanted to do something like that. That's been, so in that case, that's the reason why I would do it as an NFT series and someone owning it.
Yeah. I feel that.
But on the wall, just as like a little, I don't know how I feel.
It's definitely a comfort thing.
It is a comfort thing. It is.
Christy had a question that we missed earlier. Let's see. Did you state, okay, so she wants to be reminded of what this jungle means to you.
Oh, okay. So this jungle is basically me navigating my own path out of my head. And there's sometimes, you could think about things that I feel like are necessary, but then others aren't. And so that's when I need to put on my safari cap and my book bag and all the good things that I need to, trail with me. And basically have, and find my way outside of my head. So that jungle sometimes looks pretty and it looks nice, but then there's also like, it's also scary sometimes.
Yeah.
So, it just depends, right? Like on what it is that I need to get out of my head about. But that's basically what that jungle represents, is just like, the areas of my mind, that are a little bit wild than others. And then there's also like some beautiful parts, but then there's also like parts I really can't explain. That's kind of what this jungle theme means to me, at least. But I would love for other people to take their own interpretation of it.
I feel that it's the creativity for me.
Let me just go ahead and add a little bit of.
And this is for the backpack that you're still working on right now?
Yeah, so I'm doing some shadow on the actual backpack, because I didn't really do the lighting for it, so I want to make sure. And also my shirt has some stuff in there too. Like I said, I probably won't be able to get to everything, but at least I can kind of, because you see things afterwards. You're like, okay, this. And
I feel that.
Yeah. Like this should definitely not.
Afterwards, you see all these like different details. You're like, oh, I should have done this, or whatever the case might be,
This might be. Let's do the brightness on this one. I actually can just use. Bring this up a little bit. For all the folks watching, thank you for staying with us.
Yes, thank y'all.
Much love.
Thank y'all for tuning in, for coming yesterday and today.
Yes,
some of y'all came for both days.
Y'all are the real ones, okay? Y'all are the real ones.
The real ones for sure, because it's been a party. Yesterday we invited y'all to the cookout. Y'all showed up again today. We really had fun yesterday, man.
We really did. We really did.
Make sure y'all go back and watch that live, because we were talking about the cookout, food we were gonna bring. We talked about gas prices. Like
we talked about a lot.
We talked about a lot yesterday. And then today, being able to see this piece come to life is really, really dope.
Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Are you gonna use that background for anything, like if the green?
Actually, you just reminded me. I actually want to use this background for the actual background.
Oh,
did I do it? Oops, I must have copied the wrong one. I did. There it goes. We can.
Ooh, another good question from Christy. If you could add a song to this piece, what would you use?
What would I use? That's a good question. I don't know what I would use. There it goes. I was like, I did something wrong. I gotta think about that one.
Think about it.
It's probably like one of the. It's that it's an old school song.
What's the song?
Can't remember the name of the song, but they sing that song. They sing the song 1 8 7 9 3 11. I can't remember the name of the band, but they used to sing with Prince. And they had this song where at the beginning of the song they go ooh, ooh, ah, like they do all of that. And I think the song is called Jungle something. I would name it that. I would put that. I would not name, but like I would put that song. I care if someone knows it, please.
Is it Jungle Boogie? Cooley and the Gang?
No. But that's a good one. Jungle Boogie.
Oh, okay, that's the one. That's that one.
It's not those. No, not that one. It's another one. I can't remember. I think his name is Roger something. I don't know. I feel so bad because I know this stuff. Yes, The Time.
Okay.
Yes, that's them. Okay, we doing some research here. Yeah. So it is called Christy. The Time. And I can't remember the song. I know it's like at the beginning it goes
Jungle Love.
Jungle Love. Yeah. There you go. That's it. Jungle Love.
Morris. Oh, that's that song.
Yeah. Jungle Love.
Day and The Time.
Y'all look that up. Y'all gonna jam really hard if you listen to that song. It's a really good song.
The chat came through.
Sure enough did. Okay, come on through. Get me together. Because I sure enough be forgetting my old school, like the names of people. I feel so bad. I really do forget the names of people. I love the songs, but I can never remember the names.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like I am of no help when it comes to names.
I'll get better though. But yeah, The Time, Jungle Love. And then you got to hear the intro. That's the reason why. The intro is like, ooh, like it's kind of crazy. That's why I like it. And then the beat comes in, dun, 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 dun. And you're like, yeah, that's it right there. Like you start jamming. So yeah, that's it. That's it. I'll name it that. Only because of the intro.
Yeah,
the intro's kind of wild.
I feel that.
I'm a real old school head person, so I listen to a lot of old school. I am not doing anything.
So you added the background that you showed us.
Yes. So I'm just kind of like giving it like some flair here so that it can kind of blend in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so that when it's on top of each other, it's not like a line there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just gives it a little, a little something, a little oomph.
A little oomph.
Little oomph, That way it looks like there's like a tree kind of coming together a little bit. It's not like a hard edge. I hate hard edges like that sometimes.
Yeah.
So you just gotta bring
it looks down. So good.
Is it? Thank you.
Yes, girl.
You see it coming together, girl.
I see it coming together.
Okay. Let's see. There's something weird going on right here. I see it, but I don't know where it's coming from. You see how like there's this line right here? I'm like, where is this?
The waterfall.
Is it the waterfall?
It's the waterfall.
It is the waterfall. I'm glad you gotta figure stuff out, and you just got. What about your friend?
Listen, I got you. It's the waterfall.
Couldn't let you down. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Gotta have friends. Gotta have friends.
I got you.
There's also a fog that I'm missing. I'm missing a fog.
Ooh, we adding a fog in there too?
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can find the fog. I think I added it already. I may have added it.
Did we do a fog?
I feel like
maybe.
I feel like I added the fog. No, I didn't. No,
I don't think you did. I think we only did the waterfall and then all the plants, the animals.
That's fine. I'll just grab it.
Fog.
Oops. I actually don't want to do that. Bring it over.
Ooh.
And the way I'm about to do this fog, just go here, right here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. And then I'm about to hit one of these. I know it's like a overlay, soft light. Nope. Forget which one it is, but I know it's one of them that you could kind of knock it out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might be it. That might be it. Screen.
Yeah.
Let's do screen. Screen is it. So now what I'm about to do is, because there is fog in the jungle, so I'm going to put that on top.
Oh, all of our layers.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of layers in this, man. Yeah, so I screen it, so like, because it was on a black, I forget which one is always like it, but I know that I mess with these blending modes so that I can like knock things out. And usually when it's a black background and it's something white, you could usually use.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I know with darken is like, if you want the dark part of a picture to come out, then you could do darken and that'll actually bring it out.
Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna hit my layer mask and go in here and just start. Yeah. Probably want to bump this up a little bit. See how they had that hard edge kind of thing? So we got to get rid of that a little bit.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know? That fog really adds something to the piece.
It does. It does. It makes it look so much more. It was already looking realistic, but the fog just kind of brings it all together.
It sets it, it sets it apart. It sets the tone.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna.
And it kind of, to me, when you open up the head, I feel like I see fog in just like the process of the head opening. And her busting up like, oh, it's hot up in here. Let me get out.
Let me get out of this joint, okay?
Yep.
Get me out of here.
Yep.
I'm just gonna lower that down a little bit because we still want a little bit of. We want like our stuff to show. Like we don't want the animals to get overpowered by the. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see the final piece, y'all. We have about 3 minutes left actually, and so we'll finish up this fog and see what the final piece looks like. But thank y'all so much for joining us for part 2. This has been so much fun. Alexus, thank you for being vulnerable with us and showing us this project, because this is personal, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that for sure. And while you finish up, we're gonna go ahead and pull up that final image and let me see. I would love to see what this all looks like.
I'm going to go ahead and say, but this right here is without like adding the little details of shadow, but this is the Adobe Live piece. We going to say that. And then let me just go to, give me 1 second.
Take your time. We got it. But thank y'all so much for joining us while Alexus looks for that piece. I want to remind you guys to make sure that you go ahead and check out the Illustrator Creative Challenge. Join the design ninja, Tony Harmer, as he creates personalized event badges in Adobe Illustrator. So you want to make sure you stick around for that. Thank y'all so much for joining us. And this final piece, girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
So that's pretty much, it's a little different, a little bit. Adding like the green filter was the next thing, but that's it. That's our thing there.
Yo, I got caught like mid-sentence, like this is No,
Yeah,
this is
that's
dope.
it right there.
Thank you so much, Alexus, for showing us your process. I hope y'all learned a lot and took your notes. If not, you can always refer back to this live on Behance as well as YouTube. So thank y'all so much for joining us. Alexus, thank you so much again. This is incredible. I wouldn't mind having a print of this on my wall, let me be honest.
Would you?
I wouldn't mind.
Don't tempt me.
Throw it in the shop. Throw it in the shop.
Throw it in the shop.
Yes, awesome. So thank y'all so much. Have a wonderful Thursday and make sure that you stick around as well for what's coming next.
Thank you.
Bye.